Welcome to the Anxiety Coaches Podcast, a relaxing and informative show where we explore anxiety, panic, and PTSD, sharing how you can overcome them for life.
Aloha! Welcome back to the Anxiety Coaches Podcast. I'm your host and coach, Gina Ryan, and I am so happy to be with you again today as together we can consider the many ways to bring your mind and body back to its natural peace and calm. In today's episode, I am talking about another one of the symptoms of inner peace, and this one is number 7. And how I want you to think about it is, can you really envision your life without worry? Just think about it for a second. And that's what today's symptom of inner peace, number 7, is. And it is titled, A Loss of Ability to Worry. Now, I have the symptoms of inner peace in other episodes, but today we're going to just talk about the one, number 7, a loss of the ability to worry. So really think about it. Can you see yourself in your life without worry? It's a good thing to consider because worry is not something that we need to have in our lives. We have plenty of things that come up, and we're going to tease it out a little bit today. Worry and concern. Because who doesn't want to lose the ability to worry? Maybe some thoughts come to mind, like thinking, but we can't go through life without worry. Or who would I be without my worries? That's a big one. Who would I be without my worries? But worry is not really a natural state. Now, I hear you, like you're thinking you don't care about anything. No, concern and care are things that we naturally feel. But worry is fear that has become really deeply ingrained in us. It has actually become habitual, and it runs through our lives without awareness. So this is where we also can bring in our mindfulness piece. If we are being mindful, if we are living in the present moment, we will have a lot easier time of living without worry. Because we can still feel care for things and people, and we can still feel concern, deep concern, but we don't have to have the fear that is habitual and the knee-jerk reaction that we go into worry with. It seems to be totally mindless. We can look at worry as a big habit, something that we have held on to for a long time. And it is very strong. I realize that because many of us, we have worried even since we were young. We were worrywarts, right? But it is not unbreakable. You can make this kind of a change, this kind of a shift to move into something that is more about being concerned, more about caring, and less about worry. It could be that we are confusing concern and care with worry. Often we lump those 3 things together. And we think that if we are worried about things, if we are worrying, number 1, we think that we care, we're concerned, we're showing care and concern. And we also think that we're doing something when we're worrying. It's almost like hand wringing, as if wringing your hands was making the situation different, or that you were adding or subtracting from it, but it isn't. So we often are not doing anything when we're worrying, but we somehow feel like we are. To be concerned about people, to care about others, about the welfare of ourselves, our loved ones, the world around us, is very different than being worried about ourselves, our loved ones, or the world around us. We can be concerned about everything that's going on in the world right now, but we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to use all of that negative energy and let that be what is keeping us preoccupied all day. The difference is very real. And I think that if you start to pay attention to whether you're being concerned or worrying, you can keep those two words in your head. Am I being concerned or am I worrying? You will begin to feel a difference about it in your body. Let your body be your teacher here and let you know, because worry does not feel good in your body, but concern was going to feel different. See if you can notice the difference by just bringing those two words up when you are feeling like you are getting toward being anxious, because worry will lead you into more anxious feelings. So when you feel that coming up, say, is there a way I can be concerned without being worried? Use those words. See if you can tease it out. And I want you to pay attention to how it feels in your body. This would be a beautiful place for you to put things down in your journal as you're kind of teasing this out in your own life. Leaning more and more toward concern will help to move us out of the fear that is just overwhelming. When the fear becomes overwhelming and we're sliding down into anxiety and down the wormhole, we can learn to lean more toward concern. And shifting from the state of worry to concern can happen when you use awareness, patience, and self-love. So this is not a time to be hard on yourself. I'm asking you to look at worry and concern and using those words to tease out the difference. But I don't want you to be hard on yourself if you notice that you are worrying all the time. So use the awareness to see the difference. Pay attention to your body. See where you feel it. Have patience, because patience will let us be concerned without the drive to have to fix it immediately, which is worry and anxiety. And then bring in the piece of self-love, where you are not being hard on yourself for noticing how you have been doing this in the past. So I have some different ways that concern and worry come about, and perhaps you can begin to use these as you are teasing out your own worry and concern and how you can have a life without the ability to worry. But first, I want to thank today's sponsors. I'm so excited to share with you Ana Luisa and their beautiful timeless jewelry. They create sustainably crafted pieces with the conviction that luxury can be enjoyed without excess, all starting at $39. I'm loving the quality and the dainty Haley ring that I wear daily. It's gold with white topaz, perfect amount of sparkle in my day. And I love the scarlet pearl earrings with the fresh water pearls. The pearls make them stand out beautifully. I'm also looking forward to going to Ana Luisa's gift guide and bestsellers page to find some elegant, versatile pieces to send to my daughter as a gift. You can find all that and get 10% off. Go to shop.analuisa.com/anxietycoaches and treat yourself and your loved ones. And use my code AnxietyCoaches to get 10% off. I absolutely recommend them. They are a great brand making beautiful, sustainable jewelry. Again, go to shop.analuisa.com/anxietycoaches. Use checkout code AnxietyCoaches. The link will be in the show notes for your convenience. And we also have Wild Alaskan Company with us today. If you like to cook, you know that flavorful meals start with high-quality food and simple ingredients. With Wild Alaskan Company, their seafood is frozen right after it's caught for peak freshness, so you can avoid the fuss of unhealthy sauces and over-seasoning. Instead, all you need are a few simple ingredients, and you've got a delicious lunch or dinner for your whole family. Wild Alaskan Company delivers high-quality, sustainably sourced, wild-caught seafood right to your door. Each shipment contains premium cuts of individually wrapped portions of delicious seafood that are ready to prepare and easy to cook. You have choices of cod, halibut, and more, or a combination. And every month there are different specials to explore. Wild Alaskan Company seafood is how nature intended it to be. Always wild, never farmed or modified. It contains no antibiotics. You can adjust, pause, or cancel your membership anytime, and they offer 100% satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Right now, you can get $15 off your first box of premium seafood when you visit wildalaskancompany.com/ACP. That's Wild Alaskan, ALASKAN, company.com/ACP for $15 off your first box. wildalaskancompany.com/ACP. Be sure to use the URL to let them know that we sent you. Now let's continue on here with the loss of ability to worry. I just want to take a deep breath when I say that because worry is exhausting and we don't need to do it. We can be so much more productive and have such a big influence on the world if we take our concern and do something with it, because we will have the energy, the resources to do something versus being zapped completely by worry and anxiety over things. So I wanted to take a quick look at some of the ways that concern and worry come about, and perhaps you can begin to see how you could have a life without the ability to worry. So concern is generally focused on the well-being of others, while worry tends to be more self-centered. For an example, concern says, "How can I help?" And worry says, "What will I do if something happens to you?" Right? That is worry. Concern, "How can I help?" Worry, "What will happen to me if something happens to you?" The next one is that concern arises from love and generosity, while worry arises from fear. This is a big one, and this is a wonderful place where we can be teasing it out, because this is where you will feel it in your body. Concern, you will feel concern as love. You will feel that in your heart center. Concern, love, generosity. Whereas worry is going to feel shutting down. It will feel fearful. It will feel negative. It will feel dark. So feel the difference in your body. When you are concerned, you can do that from a place of love. But worry does not allow us to do that because worry is from fear. So bring yourself back into the present moment because you can do something in the present moment. You can't do anything in the future. Concern sets us into necessary action, while fear and worry freezes us up or has us run away. Again, this is where you're going to feel it. Concern is you'll want to go into action, but it will be action from your heart. It will be action from love. Whereas worry is going to have you feel fearful, and it's going to make you freeze. Like I said earlier, you're going to clench down, shut down, or you will want to run away. And now concern also reminds us that we're capable, that we can do things, that there is action that can be taken or next steps that can be taken, even if they're just planning or touching someone or talking with someone, while worry tells us that we are weak. Again, all those negative things begin to stack up, and you're going to feel this in your body. You're weak, you can't do things. What are you going to do? All the questions, the what ifs. But concern will remind us that we're capable and that we can handle this. And I know each of you listening can handle what is coming up for you. I know you can because you have handled everything thus far. So go with that. Go with the fact that you have handled everything so far and you will handle this too. You are capable. Concern connects us to the world and other people, while worry isolates us with our doubts. And I know you can feel that one. Even just saying that To be concerned is to be connected. You will want to connect with the world and others. You will want to help. Your heart will feel it. While the worry will isolate you, and it'll isolate you with your doubts, which only makes you go further down the wormhole. That's the trip down immediately. Being alone with your doubts. I know you can feel that one. We've all been there, but we don't have to live there on a regular basis. We can pay attention to how we are feeling, what is coming up for us, and how we can move from worry to concern. Worry is considered a negative quality because it puts the person in a worse position where he would be thinking over and over about a certain issue without addressing possible solutions. It's futile, exhausting, it drains time and energy, and this in and of itself raises a person's stress levels. Here we see another example of the fear cycle. Just worry will take you down. It will close you off from concern. It will close you off from your heart. It will isolate you, and you will be living with doubts, and that's a trip down the wormhole for sure. All of this stress leading to more mental and physical health issues. So take a look at life more through the lens of concern, if you can. Bringing this just to your awareness will change things, believe me. And even change your vocabulary to exchange worry out and to try on the word concern. I really would like you to be able to do that simple thing, using your vocabulary differently. Exchange the word worry and try on the word concern and see if that doesn't make a difference for you. You may need to put sticky notes around. You may need to send yourself an email to remind yourself to do that, but do it. These simple little changes that we make that bring awareness as to what we are doing and thinking all day, this changes our life. So I hope that you will try this. I hope this show has been helpful for you and that you will make any little changes that you can to be aware, to be in your heart, and to be concerned versus worried. That's it for today's episode. And before I read today's quote, I want to put out a personal invitation to those of you who would like to take your healing and your clearing of your anxiety panic to another level. If you are not someone who wants to join a group coaching program, you may be interested in joining in with me on coaching one-on-one. You can learn more about that at the website, anxietycoachespodcast.com, and go to the one-on-one coaching page. Feel free to send me an email, anxietycoachespodcast@gmail.com, with coaching in the subject, and I'll be sure to get back with you, and we'll take it from there. No need to have this drag on forever. And now for today's quote. Sometimes worrying about the very best way keeps me from doing anything. And that's from Dana K. White. I'll be back in a few more days with another podcast. Until then, be well and aloha.
Thanks so much for joining us for today's episode of the Anxiety Coaches Podcast. Find more information at theanxietycoachespodcast.com.